there's this argument that apart from Lagos, there is no other state in Yoruba land or Southwest, if you want to put it that way, that is more developed than Anambra State. Yes, you can give accounts of what Obi did. You don't even know. So please always say what you know. Yes, apart from Lagos, can you show Nigerians another state in Yoruba land that is more developed than than Anambra? And this is for people to bring their fat to the table. As you are listening, bring your fat to the table, and those who are for and those who are against. And the reason why this whole thing is coming is still the same people who are saying, oh, Tinubu built Lagos, oh, people are coming to Lagos, this and that. When you even talk about oh, they will always tell you that the economy, the level of economy in Lagos State is the fifth largest economy in the Africa or so. And I begin to wonder, of what use is it? All this hagbero on the road? Because it is relative when you say a place is even developed, because as far as I'm concerned, the whole Nigeria is nowhere. So this idea, somebody was talking about the blue rail or whatever, even from that same Lagos, that it took 22 years to do. And some people say, it is okay, enemy of progress. It is one of all these Lagos or whatever the person came from, whether a lawyer or so from the Southwest too, but all these wicked people, I call them wicked, I call them ignorant, I call them illiterate, I call them tribalists. They came for him. Oh, this man, what are you saying? You should be able to appreciate. What is it? Which other state in this country that has this kind of a thing? And they are jubilating, and some people are of the opinion that, do you know what development is all about? So, and the man is even saying it is even one side of the blue rail line that is even ready to be used after 22 years. So maybe before the other part will now be ready to take another 30 years. You see how gullible some people are. And when you see all the politicians across board, but when you are talking about even in that Lagos, you see that the politicians are living larger. You can't see them that oh, they are trying to get into wealth gradually. You see somebody who is just a councillor, after 3 months start building houses. How fast can that be? But when it comes to the development, they will now begin to tell you it does not work like that. When you hear the amount of money that they have spent on most of all these projects, you will just weep. Even the wicked that is jumping like frog up and down, go and check how much was dedicated to do all the bridges that he built versus the money he used, and whether it is really is translating to development in the recent. And I've always said it, majority of all these politicians will tell you that they have done this, they have done that, they are always praising themselves. But when you sum all their all their whatever together, all their development or whatever together, you begin to see that Nigeria is nowhere. Nigeria is nowhere. The issue of Lagos that every other state in the Southwest not doing well compared to the way Anambra did well. Stop fighting for these politicians. It is that alone itself is just is still a debate. It's debatable, because I always look at the standard living of the people. You see all the bad roads, you see the lawlessness, impunity. There was a road that they were showing on TV some days ago in that same Lagos, whether a Papa Road. They were talking about the drivers were complaining. I said, when I saw that road, I said, so this one is still in Lagos? This was not even inner street that we always talk about, that the neglected. This was even a major road. And I just shook my head, and people will come out and begin to tell you what is not. I said, this one is inside a town that they said is the fifth largest economy. The state is the fifth largest economy in Africa. And I say, wow, all the money that they are always bragging that they make, where did they put it to? Where have they taken the money to? One thing is that well, some people don't even have conscience. They have thrown the conscience away. But those who have conscience, they know what is this, what is not. But at the end of the day, with all this development, how have they affected your life positively? How have they affected you? The question now is that whether this one is developed or is not developed, you can bring it to the table. Oh, like the argument now is that apart from Lagos, that the only that Anambra is better than every other state. So why is Lagos even, why the issue of Lagos in the first place? Because Lagos has benefited as the FCT, as the federal capital before now. So all eyes on them, and a lot of things were done, and that is one of the privileges that Lagos gained, and which they are trying to take the glory, especially Tinubu. Tinubu is the one taking glory. They say he built Lagos. How? Now, how has he built Nigeria now? Because that was one of the reasons why they brought him on board. So, those who are always on the side of lies, you see that their life, they are so miserable. We can see how their life become miserable, because the standard living of the people in Lagos has never been something that you can write home about. People are just living on their own personal development, or the way they can just do things. But when you talk about programs on ground, the only thing you see them is bringing all this grinding machine, give to their party members, wheelbarrows, maybe at most keke napep. Go and check all those things that they've been given, especially even Tinubu's wife, who was a senator. He was in charge of one of the constituencies in Lagos. That is exactly what they usually do. The question is that where and how have the life of the people, has it be better off with all this somebody say a rolota and what have you? You see, they are even worse off. Their situation is worse off. Tinubu came on board, now the situation is worse off with all the baggages. Of course, they themselves, they are suffocating in that same Lagos. And you could see that he could not even win. But the few ones who are criminals, they are the ones all over the place trying to project what is not. If Tinubu failed in Lagos and he did not win in Lagos, how do you expect him? And they said he built Lagos. How do you expect him to fix Nigeria? If really he fixed Lagos, why did Obi win him in Lagos? Because it had been a landslide victory for him in Lagos, but that was not what happened. That was not what happened. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.